severe typhoon winds overwhelmed China during July 2025 as Typhoon Danas, a powerful tropical cyclone, tore through the western Pacific and battered the eastern coastal regions of the country. Although flooding remained a concern in various areas, the strong winds alone caused widespread disruption, prompting emergency warnings, infrastructure damage, and significant interruptions to daily life. Among the regions affected, Zhejiang and Fujian provinces bore the brunt of the wind-related impact as Danas moved across the Taiwan Strait and into the Chinese mainland. Typhoon Danas originated over the western Pacific Ocean in early July and quickly intensified into a severe tropical storm. On July 6, 2025, it made landfall in Taiwan, delivering destructive winds that caused damage across the island. After crossing Taiwan, Danas weakened slightly, but retained considerable strength as it entered the Taiwan Strait, heading directly toward China. By July 8th, the storm had reached Zhejiang province, where it made a second landfall near the city of Taizhou. Although downgraded to a tropical storm by that time, Danas still carried a large wind field, with sustained gale-force winds and powerful gusts. As it advanced inland, cities and rural areas alike were impacted by high wind speeds. And sudden bursts of intense gusts, causing widespread damage to infrastructure and disrupting essential services. The wind impact from Typhoon Danas varied in strength across regions, but it remained substantial throughout its trajectory along China's southeastern coast, Zhejiang province. At landfall, wind gusts peaked at around 145 km/h, 19 m/h, in coastal areas such as Taizhou, Wenzhou, and Ningbo. Sustained winds between 80 and 90 km/h, 50-55 mph, battered the coastline, toppling trees, snapping utility poles, and damaging lightweight structures. Localized damage to glass windows, rooftops, and street signs was reported in several towns and suburban areas. Fujian province. The province experienced sustained winds of 60 to 80 km/h, with stronger gusts reaching up to 110 km/h, 68 km/h, in coastal cities such as Fuzhou and Xiamen. While not at the eye of the storm, Fujian was affected by its extensive wind field, which caused minor infrastructure failures, power outages, and temporary closures of roads and transportation systems. Shanghai and Jiangsu, secondary impact. As Danas continued northeastward, its weakening winds still affected parts of Shanghai and southern Jiangsu, bringing gusts between 50-70 km/h, enough to disrupt ferry services, halt construction work, and prompt precautionary shutdowns in sensitive zones. In response to the storm's intense winds, the China Meteorological Administration, CMA, issued yellow and orange wind alerts across multiple provinces, especially along the southeastern seaboard. These alerts triggered a series of preventive actions. suspension of ferry services across the Taiwan Strait and nearby coastal ports, closure of construction sites, especially high-rise projects and scaffolding heavy areas, to prevent accidents from high wind exposure, disruption of rail and air traffic in cities like Hangzhou, Quanzhou, and Ningbo, due to concerns over flying debris and reduced visibility. Power grid companies initiated preemptive shutdowns in high-risk zones to avoid uncontrolled damage to power infrastructure. Maritime operations were among the most affected, with the Ministry of Transport suspending shipping routes and ordering all small vessels to return to port. Wind-induced swells along the coast added to the complications, but authorities emphasized the wind threat as the most immediate hazard. The majority of reported damage was wind-related. High gusts uprooted thousands of trees, shattered windows, and peeled off rooftops in exposed areas. In Taizhou, strong gusts bent traffic lights and tore down roadside billboards. Light steel structures, such as farm sheds, market stalls, and coastal fishing facilities, were also heavily affected. Power infrastructure saw numerous failures due to falling branches and debris, especially in more rural or semi-urban parts of Zhejiang and Fujian. Emergency repair crews were deployed as soon as wind speeds allowed, restoring electricity to most areas within 48 hours. In urban areas, local authorities cleared debris, stabilized traffic lights, and carried out safety checks before reopening public spaces. The early arrival of Danas as a July typhoon with significant wind strength highlights the increasing intensity of storms in recent years. Meteorological officials emphasized that Danas's wind field was broader than average for a tropical storm of its strength, increasing its danger to communities outside the direct landfall path. In preparation for future typhoons, China continues to invest in enhanced early warning systems, wind-resistant infrastructure designs, and rapid response units to manage emergency power restoration and debris removal. The performance of these systems during Danas demonstrated notable improvements in response time and communication with the public. Conclusion. Typhoon Danas brought fierce winds to China in July 2025, leaving a trail of structural damage and disrupted services across Zhejiang, Fujian, and nearby provinces. While flooding often dominates storm coverage, this event served as a stark reminder of the destructive power of typhoon winds alone. With gusts nearing 145 km/h, Danas forced emergency action and tested the resilience of infrastructure across eastern China. As the typhoon season continues, authorities remain on high alert for similar high wind events in the weeks ahead.